For Pacifica Radio, I'm Scott Baba. The Palestinian militant group Hamas chose Yahya Sinwar, its top official in Gaza, who masterminded the October 7th attacks in Israel, as its new leader. The group's previous political leader, Ismail Haniyeh, was killed July 31st in Iran by a presumed Israeli airstrike. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken responded to the decision by saying Sinwar has the power to ensure that a ceasefire deal is reached for the Israel-Hamas war. However, Israel has vowed to eliminate Sinwar for his role in the attacks. Sarah Coates reports.
The appointment of Yahya Sinwar is being slammed here in Israel, with its Foreign Minister Israel Katz posting on X, the appointment is another reason to bring about his quick elimination and erasing the memory of this organisation from the face of the earth. The 61-year-old is seen as Israel's most wanted. He's often referred to as a dead man walking. He is considered to be the mastermind of the October 7 atrocities, with his whereabouts currently unknown. Sarah Coates, Tel Aviv.
Leaders of Bangladesh's student protest, the chiefs of the country's 3 divisions of the military, civil society members, and some business leaders met with the president yesterday to decide on a head for the interim government after former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resigned and fled the country this week amid a mass uprising against her 15-year rule. Charles de Ledesma reports.
Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus will head Bangladesh's interim government after long-time Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina fled the country. An economist and banker, Yunus was awarded the 2006 Nobel Peace Prize for his work developing microcredit markets. The decision, announced early on Wednesday, came during a meeting that included military chiefs and organisers of the student protest that helped drive Hasina from power. Nahid Islam, coordinator of the anti-discrimination student movement, says Bangladeshis want a stable transition into the new government and advises people not to take the law into their own hands against the former regime. The streets of Dhaka, the capital, are calm after violence swept parts of the country amid Hasina's sudden departure. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
British police are gearing up for another night of violence amid concerns that far-right groups plan to target as many as 30 locations around the country following a week of rioting and disorder. Authorities are mobilizing about 6,000 specially trained officers to respond to possible disorder today. London's Metropolitan Police Service said it would do, quote, everything in its power to protect the capital. William Denislow reports.
UK police say they're prepared ahead of possible disorder today. Officials have been monitoring reports of far-right calls for gatherings in dozens of locations. Prime Minister Keir Starmer says rioters can expect rapid sentencing within days. Tuesday night saw relative calm compared to previous days. Home Affairs expert Danny Shaw thinks some of the response so far could have been more rapid.
I think the police response has been too slow in some cases. They haven't got the numbers on the streets that they really should have done fast enough, and I don't think there have been prosecutions quickly enough. And I just wonder how quickly the criminal justice system has really got into gear and understood the severity of what's happening.
From Feature Story News in Brussels, I'm William Denslow.
Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will spend their first full day as running mates in Wisconsin and Michigan. The trip is aimed at shoring up support among the younger, diverse, labor-friendly voters who were instrumental in helping President Joe Biden win the 2020 election. That coalition has shown signs of fraying over Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Leaders of the Arab American community and key unions say they are encouraged by Harris's choice of a running mate. They believe it signals that she is listening to their concerns. The leaders had opposed Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro because they thought he had gone too far in his support of Israel. St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney Wesley Bell has defeated U.S. Representative Cori Bush in a Democratic primary in St. Louis, marking the second time this year that one of the party's incumbents has been ousted in an expensive contest that reflected deep divisions over the war in Gaza. Bell's campaign received a big boost from the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, whose super political action committee, United Democracy Project, spent $8.5 million to oust Bush. She was targeted after repeated criticism of Israel's response to the October 7th Hamas attack. In a speech last night, Bush decried the influence of outside money on the race.
This was the second second most expensive congressional race in our nation's history. $19 million and counting. And so that's how much they spent in this race, mostly far-right funded super PACs, against the interests of the people of St. Louis, the people of Missouri's first. They sought to divide us.
Bush was seeking a third term in Missouri's 1st congressional district, which includes St. Louis City and a part of St. Louis County. Bell is heavily favored to carry this overwhelmingly Democratic district in November, when his party is aiming to retake control of the U.S. House. I'm Scott Baba for Pacifica Radio.